Bonjour from Biarritz. Last month, we packed our bags and Sami's cutest outfits and we headed to the stunning coastal town of Biarritz, France. From breathtaking ocean views to festive markets and incredible food, Sami and I had the best time. Get ready to see how dog-friendly this beautiful place is and what Sami's been up to, from exploring the charming streets to making new Westie friends. And of course, traveling with a dog always comes with surprises. And Sami added his own twist on our little trip when he peed on the bed of our Airbnb. Yes, he did. Why did he do that? Let's dive into the story. The drive to Biarritz is about 9 hours from our home in Portugal. But we probably spent closer to 11 hours on the road, with lots of stops along the way for snacks and for Sami to do his business. Of course, since we left at dawn and our dog is not a morning person, he spent most of our trip sleeping in the back. We are lucky that Sami is so good on road trips because I know not all dogs enjoy car rides. By the time we arrived back home, we had driven close to 2,000 kilometers and Sami was the best boy that ever existed. One of the best things about France is how welcoming it is for dogs. And the town of Biarritz is no exception. In fact, it is a dream for dog lovers. The town is so dog-friendly that Sami joined us everywhere. Cafes, restaurants, you name it. And there's nothing like enjoying fresh pastries in France with your furry best friend by your side. I'm sorry for the mouth-watering desserts, but I couldn't help myself. We went to this cafe every day on our morning walk with Sami. We would sit down and have a cup of coffee or tea and a croissant. On this particular morning, after filming this, a family came in and sat at a table near us, and their kids fell in love with Sami completely. So we ended up chatting and getting to know each other. This happens often when we have Sami with us. He is a magnet for dog lovers, and of course, he loves the attention. I almost never catch moments like that on camera because it all happens fast, and to be honest, I feel weird filming instead of talking with the people we meet. So even if I can't show you, I can tell you that we made many friends thanks to Sami and his main character energy. I only wish that they allowed dogs indoors everywhere we travel, so these kinds of moments could happen all the time. I'm curious to know, is your country dog friendly? Let me know in the comments. One thing that Sami loves, and you can probably tell by now, is when he gets his own seat at the table. Now, this never happens at home, but when we are in a dog-friendly restaurant or cafe, he will sometimes jump right up on the chair or the bench. And can you blame him? I mean, look how comfy he is. And if you're thinking, but is that allowed? Well, we've never had any complaints. Everywhere we traveled in France, Sami was welcome to sit with us at the table. Okay, a funny thing happened at this Mexican taco place that we went to for dinner. So there was a bird flying around inside the restaurant, and it was nesting in the palm leaves above our table. There, can you see it? This little bird kept Sami busy for a long time because he's a Westie and Prey Drive is alive and kicking. It was funny to see him so focused on the bird that he even forgot to stare at our plates. Our favorite thing to do when we travel is to just walk the streets, get lost, and explore as much as possible. Every now and then we would stop to take some photos for our Instagram, and people would stop and watch or ask to take a photo of Sami because he's just so cute waving hi. Sami wouldn't do any of this if there weren't treats involved, so I do my best to keep him happy. And since we were here at the beginning of December, we got to enjoy all the Christmas magic that the city of Biarritz has to offer. One of the highlights of our trip was the little Christmas market in the heart of the city. It's full of charm and cute decorations, and Sami got to be the kid and sit in Santa's chair and wave hi. The lights, the music, the smell of mulled wine, it was a day to remember. We walked around the market, had a cup of hot chocolate, and Sami got a treat of his own. There was this lovely lady working at one of the stalls, and she fell in love with Sami. So much that she was kind enough to start the singing reindeer just for him. Hold on a sec, you'll see what I mean.
C'est good, it's good.
On parle portugais.
Sami may not have been all that impressed, but it was a fun experience. So we're staying in this apartment for a few days. It's an Airbnb, and this is our view. We can see the ocean right from our kitchen window. And now for the fun part you've been waiting for. Why did Sami, the most well-behaved dog on the planet, pee on the bed? And no, it's not because he had too much coffee. Okay, let's start with the beginning. The funniest thing happened on the night that we arrived. Well, funny is actually debatable. So we come after 11, 12 hours of driving, a little bit tired after the trip, and we had our bags. We left the bags in the car. We come up to get the keys for the apartment. So I say, let's leave Sami in the apartment while we go downstairs to the car to get our bags. And we're only gonna be gone like 3 minutes, just get our bags and come back up. Sami is super used to staying alone. You know, he's been with us in hotel rooms and other Airbnbs because we travel with him a lot. So I thought, you know, this is gonna be, he doesn't have anxiety usually, so this is gonna be just fine. So we tell him, look, we're coming back, and we just lock the door, go get our bags. We were gone for maybe 5 minutes, but I think less. And when we come back to the apartment, we didn't notice it right away, but at some point, my husband sees a stain on one of the beds. And he's like, oh, I think Sami vomited. And I'm like, okay, let's clean it up. And he seems okay, so everything seems fine. He doesn't seem sick. So I take the duvet to put it in the washer because we have a washing machine here, and I noticed a smell. And it was actually not vomit. He had peed on the bed. And then I noticed another spot where he peed, which was on the floor, basically on the door frame of the living room. He had peed there also. Now this was super out of character for Sami because he doesn't pee indoors. Ever since he became an adult, he hasn't peed indoors. So yeah, it was super unexpected and a little bit funny because he never does this. And I just thought, because every time we left him alone in one of these hotel rooms or Airbnbs, it was always after we brought our things in, you know, and we spent maybe 2 hours, and then we left him to go for dinner or something like that. So he would be alone with our stuff. But this time he was all alone in an apartment that he didn't know, and none of our stuff was there. So I think that he probably panicked. He may have thought that we left him there or something, and that he's all alone and he has to mark his territory to defend his space from the enemies. I don't know. So yeah, anyway, I just thought it would be funny to share. And I hope it won't happen again, but we're certainly not gonna leave him alone like that in the first minutes of getting to a place. But yeah, let me know. Does your dog have any stories like that? Does your dog pee indoors? And so it goes. Traveling with a dog is never boring, especially when it's a Westie. I hope you enjoyed our vlogging adventures. I also have a video from this trip where I show you what I feed Sami when we travel. You can go watch that video next. Thanks for watching. See you next week.